So we've been here coming up 8 years now. It's in Gladstone. We're farming sheep and beef. It's 90% hill country, so we've got a little bit of flat stuff. We farm 3,000 breeding ewes and 1,000 replacements. What do I enjoy? The variation of farming, you know. Since I've been here and started a breeding program, I've really enjoyed seeing the development of our flock. Quite a nice feeling knowing that you're feeding people around the world, so with a valuable protein.
When we first got here, I mentioned before that we'd just had a child, we were renovating a house, and it was literally everything was on our plate, and it was quite stressful. We'd come from a flat farm to Richard was now here working on a hill country, so limited experience. It was pretty full on, and then we just stopped and went, hang on a minute, we've got to work this out. I
was pretty good at waking up at 3 in the morning and suddenly thinking about the things that we're doing the next day, and I would struggle to go back to sleep.
And it just sort of slowly happened really, and the sleeping got a little bit out of kilter, and so we tried a lot of different things. It did put probably pressure on the family because when you have to get up and function every day, he's got a big responsibility with the financial plus animal stock health plus staff, and so sleep, when that went out, it was really important and focused for us to get that back on track.
I decided that this was really unhealthy for myself, but also my family and probably my dogs, and so we went down and saw a specialist in Wellington and just came up with some really good ideas and tips on how to manage that whole sleeping process and just things to do and what not to do. So it was really an amazing experience for us because it's certainly helped my sleeping. A lot of farmers, and me included, are guilty of coming home and probably just sitting down and not really opening up. There's nothing worse than coming home and being short and sharp with everyone, and and hopefully Bex and my wife can now, she can probably pick the signs when things are, and so she's quite good at asking and just checking in.
I know actually when he's quite stressed, he'll get on the phone and have the same conversation with his support network around him. So that's another good cue for me, that actually, even though he may not have said it direct to me, I know that there's external things that, right, I've heard this story 3 times. I need to, he's obviously working stuff through in his head, so I'll try and just be there as an extra support. Maybe I'll just say, hey look, let's go out, we'll have a picnic at the top of the farm, or let's go, why don't we go to the Gladdy pub for dinner, or go out for a meal with the kids, go away from farm. So it's just coming up and having a little toolbox of options.
Traditionally haven't been a very good break taker, but now with the kids getting older and older, and the odd comment going, oh, you back out on the farm sort of thing, it hits home a bit more. So now I'm certainly, again, I'm a lot more easy to get off the farm and hang out with the kids sort of thing. Sports with them playing as well is really good. Plus I also play a bit of social sport myself. So getting off farm, having a bit of a sweat up and that sort of thing is really good.
Farming is a lifestyle, and it got to the point that it was so busy that we actually couldn't stop and smell the roses. It was really important that we stopped and enjoyed our children. They're not little forever, so we wanted to do that, and we actually brought those aspects into our business plan. And so part of our business plan is that we do get off farm at least twice a year with the family, with the kids, and have a change of scenery.
Ideally 10 days would be, to me, is the perfect break, so that you're really recharged and ready to go when you get back. At the end of the day, your personal well-being is so important, so if you can if you're feeling down in the dumps through a tough season, well, I can tell you there's probably more than likely that your neighbours are going through the same thing. So, I personally like to get on the phone to some close mates or some neighbours and have a good chat about things and just see, what's happening over there. And, you get a gauge on how some people are going and that sort of thing. And, to me, communication's really, really important.
And sometimes you do find that you get so busy that you're a little bit like ships in the night, but when you get to that point, it's really good to just go, hang on, wait a minute, let's just stop, even if it's in the hallway, and say, right, what's your plan for the week? What's my plan for the week? How can we all make this work? How can we spend time with each other?
Obviously been here for now 7 years, and I've really, just through experience, really picked up what works for me and what doesn't. I'm big on planning. That's something I've learned with experience now, is that making sure that I've got a clear direction on where we're heading, then I know exactly how things are going. There's so many things that are out of our hands as farmers, so if I can manage what I can control, then I'll be in a far better space. I'm just going to shut that dog up, is that right? Sit down, Raw! Sit down! Sit down! And put that on there.